Well, I want to thank you very, very much, Kristin Scott Thomas, for joining us here on Ultrasonic Film. I really do appreciate it.
As the youngest,
least celebrated of all your daughters,
I like to propose a toast.
come on, go for it.
Mummy, tonight is your last night as a Munson.
What? You're not going to change your name again?
Mrs. Jeffrey Loveglove.
Beautiful name. It's not his fault.
Mummy Loveglove. I told you not to come.
Careful, it's quite heavy.
I thought you were still married. So you want my permission for my daughter to become your official mistress?
I think you're looking for a father figure.
It's pretty bloody obvious. I know you all think Jeff is dull, but he is the man I love. He makes me happy. Which, when you all eventually grow up, you will learn is the most important thing.
I got to tell you, I saw your new film, My Mother's Wedding. Before we touch base on that film, though, I have one question that I'm dying to ask. And that is, I just saw the last of the Mission Impossible series. And you are in Mission Impossible #1. You share a lot of sequences with Tom Cruise. Thinking back as to your experience being directed by Brian De Palma and being with Tom Cruise, I'm kind of curious, what was that experience like so many years ago?
It was fantastic. I was so excited to be making a film with Brian De Palma and Tom Cruise. I mean, it was just sort of unbelievable, and it was brilliant. It was just such fun. We had such fun in those days. It was really, really great. Shooting in Prague, it was like -4, freezing. Brian De Palma kind of grumpy and brilliant, and Tom sort of enthusiastic, and he's been at his peak for such a long time. I don't know if he's ever going to not be at his peak. But I mean, just like the first series, it was so exciting. And Paula Wagner, who became a very dear friend, the producer. I had a great time on that. Such fun.
I read this article about what you do for people with horse problems.
Well, truth is, I help horses with people problems.
I want you to take a look at my horse.
I don't know that I can do anything, but I'm prepared to give it a go if you'll help. Well, you have a problem with that?
Isn't it, like, obvious?
Not to me. When I work with a horse, I like to know its history. But if I'm going to figure out what's going on in his head, it sure helped me if I knew exactly what happened that day.
And now you have Scarlett Johansson leading this new film of yours. I was kind of curious, was this a professional relationship that you guys had for decades, or did you get back in touch with her? How did that go over the years?
I played her mother another time in another film called The Other Berlin Girl, and then we sort of lost track, and then I bumped into her at a party, and we sort of fell into conversation the way you do. Then she buzzed me again when she came to Paris, and it was one of those sort of random meeting type things. And then when we were casting this, we were looking for someone who could play with gravitas and who could be believable as a woman who drives the biggest warship in the British Navy, and yet who had a vulnerability and a kind of sensitivity that could relate back to her childhood. And so I thought, I know who does that. Scarlett Johansson. Oh, she's not English. Oh, but she can do English. She can absolutely do English.
Awesome. I got to also say you've had quite a colorful career in so many incredible and different films. I really enjoyed your lighter comic touches in Four Weddings and a Funeral, and a personal favorite, Keeping Mum. Do you have a preference? Comedy, drama? Do you like to do more comedies because you do a lot of dramas? I'm kind of curious.
I love doing everything, actually. I did go off doing tragedies for a while. I thought, I don't want to do any more of those. It's too exhausting. And then, for instance, my next project is, as an actor, is a comedy, is a French comedy. I enjoy doing those enormously. And of course, I'm very busy doing Slow Horses, which is kind of funny, but I don't get the funny lines. So yeah, I mean, I'll do anything basically.
Tell me, Are you married?
No.
Are you a lesbian? What made you say that? Well, it's one of the possibilities for unmarried girls, and it is a bit more interesting than saying, oh dear, just never found the right chap, eh?
Right. Why be dull?
Thank you.
And the truth is, I have met the right person. I mean, he's not in love with me, and until I stop loving him, no one else stands a chance.
Oh, bad luck.
Yes, isn't it?
Kristin, I have to ask, of course, as you mentioned, it's a very kind of almost difficult role in the lead that Scarlett Johansson has taken on, and she does a great job in it. Can you talk a little bit about some of the other cast that you have surrounding her in this film? It's very character-oriented drama, and you've chose some excellent actors.
Yes, I did. We have Sienna Miller, who plays an actress, very complicated, self-absorbed actress. We have Emily Beecham, who's a wonderful English actress, who plays the youngest sister, who's determined to get things right, who's a sort of selfless mother and brilliant wife and a nurse, and she's fantastic. We have James Fleet, who I've known for a very long time. I first met him on 4 Weddings and a Funeral, where he played my brother. And then we did some theatre together, and then I asked him to do this. We have Thibaut de Montalembert, who is our sort of naughty Frenchman, and you'd have seen him in Call My Agent. And we have Frida Pinto, who is just, gosh, how wonderful. And Sindhu V, who plays her mum, who's hilariously funny. So, I was really blessed with amazing actors. Really great.
Certainly. And I've got to actually ask you, of course, this being a directorial debut, feature debut, was there hesitation toward putting yourself in there?
Yes. I would have preferred not to have been in there, but I think the polite way to put it is production reasons. I could step in and play that role. And I kind of knew what to do, so it was all right.
As far as autobiographical, this film certainly seems very personal to you. Could you talk a little bit about that?
The memories that the character played by Scarlett, Catherine, the memories that she has that are portrayed with little animated sequences, those are my memories from my childhood. So the collecting of the mushrooms, I remember doing that with my dad, discovering that my stepfather had crashed, had gone missing. That was my memory. I mean, we changed it a bit because it had to be Bosnia, and obviously this was back in the 1970s. So obviously not, my experience was back in the 70s. So obviously not Bosnia, but and asking to change the name, that was my experience. So that is all kind of true. So the stuff that is the most unbelievable is the truest bit. The rest, the characters and all that, they're just sort of, projections and inspired by our own imaginations and longings, I guess.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you very, very much, Kristin Scott Thomas, for joining us here on Ultrasonic Film. I really do appreciate it. I wish you the best of luck with My Mother's Wedding. Thanks again.
Thank you.